Welcome to Let's Talk About Gay Stuff, the podcast where we talk about gay stuff and discuss the week in LGBT history. Woo! Woo! Today we have another special edition episode of Let's Talk About Gay Stuff, Quiz Show Edition. It's where we invite our friends to the kiki. Of course, by joining us in the Quiz Show Edition, they don't get to just kiki. They have to earn their gay card by scoring the most points after 2 rounds of questions. About what else? Gay stuff!
Yay!
So, before we welcome our guests, drag mother and drag daughter, the reigning Miss LSVA, Miss Tony's Corner Pocket Bearded Queen, Miss Jacqueline Dior, and Dixie Wrekt from our sister podcast, Let's Talk About Gay Stuff. Let's say hello to, our sister podcast, our Spoopy podcast. I get this.
Got it.
Yeah.
We're getting there eventually.
Script that in, but anyways, let's say hello to our co-host. Hello, Tony.
Hey.
All right, Tony will be joining us as the timer and judge for today during our quiz section. And say hello to Kendall. Hi, Kendall.
Hi.
Kendall will be joining us a little later in our Kiki with Kendall section. All right, so let's say hello to our guests. Let's start with Jacklin Dior. Jacqueline is, as I mentioned, the reigning Miss LSVA, which is the Lone Star Volleyball Association, the LGBT volleyball organization here in Houston, and the reigning Miss Bearded Queen of Tony's Corner Pocket. How are you?
Hi, I'm doing well. How are you?
Good, good. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, my name is Jacqueline Dior. I've been doing drag in Houston for about 3.5 years. Oh, there we go. That's how it works. I've been doing drag in Houston for the last about 3.5 years. Got started with charity work and then started deciding to perform and participate in some contests here in Houston. So people have probably seen me in Drag It On Season 1, Slay at Barcode, and most recently I was a finalist for Desi's Drag Race Season 18.
All right. Yes, you've probably seen Miss Jacqueline's bearded persona out there and about, always glittering. So it's great to have you here. And,
Thank you.
And as we have your drag daughter here, Dixie Wrekt. Dixie Wrekt, who's currently competing in Drag It On 3. Hello, Dixie.
Hi, how is everyone today?
Good, good. Tell us a little bit about yourself, Dixie.
Well, Dixie is your favorite classless, assless, and cashless marathon running drag queen of Houston, who was taken under her wing by Mama Jacqueline Dior here because of her tragic appearances for a number of different charity shows. So very much like Jacqueline, she started out as a charity queen, and she's decided to start branching out and doing some more challenges, some competitions, and things like that.
Very cool. It's been fun watching you on Drag It On 3.
Thank you.
You had some killer performances, so wishing you the best of luck in this next week. You got to slay it.
I know. I'm ready to turn it out.
Sounds good. Okay, great. Are you two ready to get started?
I'm excited. Let's do it.
Okay, great. So, you guys ready to get started?
Yes, let's do it.
All right. So, in the first round, you'll answer questions about some topical LGBT-related issues. In the second round, we'll quiz you on the latest episode of our podcast, Let's Talk About Gay Stuff. So, that one was released on this past Sunday, August the 11th, covering the week of August 11th through August 17th. So, hopefully you guys took a listen to the episode. If not, you might still be able to answer the question.
Oh, no.
But hopefully you did. All right.
I'm not ready. I'm behind, and that's bad.
So let's review the rules of round 1 first. All right. The round will consist of 6 questions. You each will be asked 3 questions, and we'll alternate questions between the two of you. For the question you will be asked, you'll have 10 seconds to answer it correctly. If you answer before the 10 seconds is up, you can earn 3 points. After the 10 seconds, you'll have 1 chance to answer. And there you'll earn 2 points. If you do not have an answer to the question or answer it incorrectly, the other person can steal for 1 point. Sound good?
Sounds
Absolutely.
All right,
Is Tony
okay.
going to score it properly this time?
Yes. All right. One time.
So, yeah, let's see if you can score and keep time. So here we go. All right, since Jacqueline, you guessed the number correctly before we got started, you get to choose the category. Categories are famous mother-daughters or drag queens.
I'll go with famous mother-daughter.
No.
All right. Okay, so famous mother-daughters. What category are we in right now? Famous mother-daughters. So are you guys ready to earn your gay card?
We're
Let's
going to
do
try.
it.
All right, since you picked the category first, Jacqueline, we're going to start with Dixie for question number 1. Question number 1, Dixie, here you go. Who is the transgender son of Cher?
Chaz Bono.
That is correct. All right. Question number 2, over to you, Jacqueline. Naomi and Winona are the famous mother-daughter combo in this famous country duo.
The Judds.
That is correct. Chris, over to you. Question number 3, what is the name of Madonna's oldest daughter?
Oh, I don't know this one. I'm sorry. Time's up on that one.
All right.
I have no clue.
Answer? Not even want to guess?
Nope. I got
right.
nothing.
Jacqueline?
Valentina.
No, it is Lourdes.
Shoot. Lourdes. I knew that.
All right. Question number 4. So another chance. Here you are, Jacqueline. Liza Minnelli's mother had her breakout role in this iconic movie, which featured the song "Ding Dong, the Witch is Dead."
The Wizard of Oz.
That is
none
correct.
other than Judy Garland.
Yes, Judy Garland. I was trying to put a twist on it, so I was like, we'll see. Okay. So question number 5. This is your last question of the round, Dixie. Who was the actress that played Grace Adler's mother, Bobby Adler, on the popular show Will and Grace?
Oh gosh, I am so bad at this.
You are bad at this.
Who let me become a drag queen? I know nothing.
How do you know these?
I have no idea.
All right.
I know this one.
With the steal.
Debbie Reynolds.
Jacqueline gets it correct. All right. For the steal. And
Who's
the
also Carrie Fisher's mother.
Oh my
Yes,
gosh,
yes.
she knows everything.
last question of the round to you, Jacqueline. Okay. RuPaul's Drag Race Season 11 drag queen Plastique Tiara is the drag daughter of what Season 5 drag queen?
Alyssa Edwards.
That is
Dang.
correct. All right. What a round there for Jacqueline.
Damn, Jacqueline's over here slaying.
Dixie, you got to come to compete.
How
All
am I even gay? Like, is this allowed?
So that's the end of round 1. Tony, what's our score?
We have a blowout this game. It's 10-3, Jacqueline. And I was actually going to give her some bonus points for all these extra answers, but I feel Chris is suffering enough.
I know.
For once, the blowout's not in Dixie's pants.
I know. That's a first, right?
So, not a tight game. Unlike Dixie's. Never mind. Okay.
Oh,
so,
her tuck.
Before we get to our final round,
That's meaty, honey.
Yeah, I know. That's what I said. It's not a tight tuck.
before we get to our final round, let's kiki with Miss Jacqueline Dior. But first, Tony, a word from our sponsors.
All right. We want to thank Economy Works for sponsoring our podcast. Economy Works is a freelance talent network that connects professionals with project work. So if you're a company that needs help writing job descriptions, conducting market analysis, managing social media platforms, Economy Works has an extensive talent network of freelance professionals ready to help you do more with less. Economy Works. When we work, the economy works.
Hey, Queens.
Hello.
Hey. Oh my God, how did I know that would be the response? Miss Jacqueline Dior,
Hi.
welcome. Okay, so I hear you have several titles.
I do.
Tell me about them.
So I'm currently the Miss LSVA for the Lone Star Volleyball Association. It's our big fundraising pageant that we do every year in the spring. And I was able to bring in the most money and entertain the crowd the most that night, so I won the crown. And then I decided to actually branch out and do my first real pageant in June this year at Tony's Corner Pocket for their Bearded Queen competition, and I was able to win the crown there and actually qualified for the National Bearded Queen pageant.
Oh my gosh, how do you fit all that on the sash?
Very small letters.
I was thinking a bigger sash. Just wrap it around twice.
A banner.
it's more of a scarf.
Okay, so you're Miss Lone Star Volleyball Association. Tell us what that is.
Yes, so Lone Star Volleyball Association is the LGBT volleyball association here in Houston. We are open to all identifying LGBTQ plus members in our community, but we're also open to allies and our straight allies as well. So we're a open and accepting organization that loves to play volleyball.
And you're Miss Tony's Corner Pocket Bearded Queen, right?
Yes.
Okay, so you have a bearded look. I've seen that in other queens. That's kind of a newish thing.
So bearded drag has actually been around for a long time, but as far as Houston and more modern drag, it's only been around really for a few years. What kind of sets me different from the other bearded queens in town, though, is I always glitter my beard. So you will always see glitter in my beard when I'm performing. It's kind of become a bit of my persona. So Jacqueline will always be glittered to the max and fabulous.
How long does it take to get that beard out? I mean, that glitter out.
The question I get all the
I
time.
know. I asked that when I first met you.
It takes about 5 minutes to put in, and then about 5 minutes in the shower to take off. I mean, really, it's
okay.
It's all water soluble, so once it gets wet, I can just comb it right out.
Our co-host, Tony, I thought when I met him had a glitter beard, a silver glitter beard, but it turns out
It was
it's
just, Kendall, keep it classy on here, please.
So if I see a dude with a glitter bush, I know Jacqueline's been here.
I mean, a lady never tells.
Speaking of a lady, You are Dixie Wrekt's drag mom. Is that right?
Yes.
She doesn't like to admit it, but you're calling her out on this podcast right now.
No, I gladly claim her.
I thought she was an orphan.
Honey, so did I.
That's why she picked me up. Picked me up on the streets, like, oh, that poor thing.
Okay, tell us how you found that feral little drag queen on the streets.
So actually, funny story, Dixie found me, really. I was doing shows with LSVA at Guava Lamp, and Dixie needed a performer for an upcoming show for the Frontrunners. And so she asked me to perform. I said yes. And so I did several shows for the Frontrunners, and we'd gotten a chance to get to know each other and kind of hang out in drag and get to know each other's drag style. And she mentioned needing help figuring out certain things about being in drag. And I was like, well, I can help you with that. Not that I know much, but I mean, I was able to offer what I knew. And so that's kind of how it happened.
Yeah, a together journey. You started whenever we started the Hurricane Harvey fundraiser,
Yeah,
right?
that was
You
the
were
first time
from
I
the
did
very
it for you.
beginning.
Yeah.
That was the first time I was in drag. Can you believe that?
Wait, so for the
Yes.
1% of listeners that don't know, like the relationship of a drag mother, drag daughter, tell us about that.
So ours is very loose. I'll say that. I really only offer suggestion when he asks, but in most traditional drag mother-daughter situations, usually the drag mother is the first to put their daughter in drag. They usually help them with their aesthetic, usually helping them with their performances and things like that. So really, only recently have we really done that for me and Dixie. It's just been mostly a performance thing and really performing with her whenever she asked me to. But I recently got to make an outfit for her for Drag It On.
Drag It On 3,
And
yeah.
that was really cool, kind of getting to make something for her and see her wear it on stage.
So is it common for new drag queens to try to seek out like a drag mother to kind of mentor them, or?
This is Tony, by the way.
Sometimes yes and sometimes no. I mean, I'll be honest, I don't have a drag mother, and I'm okay with that. When I started 3.5 years ago, my whole purpose was to just perform, and mostly it was for charity. So I was performing for other people, making money for other people. I really didn't take home tips, really at all. Unless somebody was like, thank you for coming out. So, I mean, I was putting my own money into my makeup, my own money into my costumes, and really kind of doing it on my own. No one helped me. But as I've gotten further on into performing, people have stepped up and said, hey, have you thought about maybe trying this? And so I've taken those suggestions, put them into my performances, and then tried to help, Dixie or whoever else might, be seeking out help in how to become a better performer, how to become a better queen.
Yeah.
I don't think people... Go ahead.
I was going to say, if I can piggyback on that, I mean, whenever I started, I never was seeking out a drag mother. I started just for charity, the same way that Jacqueline mentioned, that I was just out there to perform for people, raise money for people, and see what I could do to help the community. And I mean, it just comes into a point where like, you realize that you need either suggestions or help or opinions, along those lines. And that's when Jacqueline was very open to helping with every single facet that I was looking for. So that's why I claim her as my drag mother, because she has been such a supporter and a huge help since I started.
I think people assume drag queens are going to be like bitchy and uber competitive, backstabbing.
Yeah.
But you're in a drag competition now, and it seems like a very
Tight-knit group.
close,
Yeah.
supportive group.
Correct.
Tell me
Yeah.
about that experience.
Yeah, so I mean, this is my first experience with like a drag competition, and Jacqueline probably has more experience than I have. But I mean, I've come in, and when I first walked into the back of the room, I thought the exact same thing. I walked back behind the curtain whenever we were looking at, the first day of the drag competition. I just thought that everyone was going to be cutthroat the entire time. So I went in with a very like light heart, very like happy, go lucky kind of environment, and I like clicked with a couple of the other queens, and like we've been buddies ever since. And so it's become a lot of like very supportive, like we want all of us to do well in this drag competition, because this is local drag here in Houston regardless. So if one of us doesn't do well, like that's not really beneficial. Like if we're cutting someone else down, it's not really beneficial to anyone, for anything. So it's just been a very supportive environment. I'm sure Jacqueline probably has more opinions on competition-based merit kind of thing with drag queens, but I've loved it every single second.
Well, Jacqueline, you're a polished queen that's been doing this 3.5 years. professional.
Okay.
That's a word.
I'm sure it's a journey from the first time you did it until now. I
Oh,
want to know about the
God.
first time you did drag.
Okay, so the first time I ever did drag, I did it for Halloween, and it was the first time I ever really painted myself, and it was tragic. Oh God, it was
Did you have any
terrible.
help?
No, I did it all myself. Backstory: when I was in high school, junior high and high school, I was actually part of a clowning ministry at my church, and so I learned how to do clown makeup, which isn't too far off
Yeah, it's really not.
from drag makeup. You know,
I use a highlighter called Clown White, so.
so some differences, but no, it was not what I expected. But when I first really went out to perform, it was actually for my first ever attempt at Miss LSVA, and I had someone else paint me, but I did all of my costumes, made all of my music, made all my wigs, and so I went in fairly put together against the other competitors. And because it's a fundraising pageant, realistically, I didn't win. I didn't bring in the most money. But so by the time I came around to this last time, I had really kind of come into my own as a performer and realized that I wanted to be a bearded queen, that I didn't really want to shave my face. It wasn't who I wanted to be. And so what's interesting is that I'm now the first ever bearded queen to win Miss LSVA. They've always been shaved drag queens and completely like fish and all that thing. It's not me, but you know, there's an element of glamour to it, but it's really, I mean, you would probably call it more glamorous camp than anything. But yeah.
And Dixie, I have a question for you. When are you going to give Miss Jacqueline some drag grandbabies?
Drag grandbabies? Oh my gosh! So we had
never.
We had a first mention of a potential drag daughter last night when there was a twerking competition at the Drag It On competition, and my co-host on RSB podcast, Spencer, got up on stage and gave the drag name Dixie Wrekt, and so we might have a drag daughter kind of coming into the mix with Dixie. So even though Spencer helps me paint my face almost every single time, he can still be my drag daughter. I'll allow it.
She's
So we
also
might.
our intern sitting here in full drag. Acting like she's got nowhere to
Yes.
This isn't a wig, this is my hair.
go. Why is it on backwards?
This is my hair. I don't wear wigs.
Yeah.
All right, Jacqueline. Well, don't spare the rod on this one.
No worries. No worries.
No promises, actually.
Well, that was fun. It's again, it's nice to have the two of you here, especially Miss Jacqueline, because we
Thank
met
you.
through LSVA. So,
Absolutely.
So that was good. It's good to have you here. So LSVA though, because I follow you guys on Facebook. Every once in a while I'm like, I need to get back there. You guys have something coming up?
Yeah, absolutely. So we are in the final month of our summer open play. So anyone can come out and experience volleyball for the first time or get involved in a league where we play every week. But our fall season is going to be coming up soon, so it's not too late to register. So if you want to follow Lone Star Volleyball Association on Facebook, you can follow the information there to register and join the league.
Fantastic. And so it's indoor and outdoor?
We do have indoor and sand volleyball leagues. So
okay.
we just inaugurated our second season, our summer season of sand volleyball out at Sidebar.
Right. Yep.
Yes,
Yeah.
Sidebar.
Here in Houston?
Here in Houston, yes.
Yeah.
Just come out
And
that for
I
a
guess
second.
the other thing I would note too is like there's different. I mean, you can be very good or you can be a beginner in terms of volleyball, right? I mean,
Oh yes, so we have different groups for every level. So we have beginners or recreation, competitive, advanced, and power, which all have to do with your ability level.
Cool. And so there's workshops and such that are going on.
Yes, we have ratings clinics and workshops right now through Open Play to get you prepared to join the season in the fall.
Very cool. No, that's a fun league. Like I said, I did it. I did the open play, and then I did one season of league play. I'm drawing a blank on what our names were, but we had Mark, who was a long-standing not Fields. I'm getting his name incorrect, but Mark. He's been around for a while.
Griffith, yeah.
Griffith. There we go. I was like
Mark Griffith, yeah.
Yes, and so
He's been around since 1988, which
Yeah.
is pretty close to when the league actually started.
Yeah.
So we're celebrating our 31st year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
So we've been around for a long time here
Yeah.
in Houston.
Sounds good. Good. All right. So thanks for that info on LSBA and then also all the stuff that you've got going on in the drag world. So on to our second round. We've got a game show to complete here.
Let's do it.
So let's see. Dixie, if you can make something happen here. So again, you're down.
Come back.
3 to 10 here. So let's review the rules of our final round. So this round will consist of 5 questions. In this round, the first to chime in and answer correctly will earn 2 points. If the first person is incorrect or doesn't answer after they chimed in, the other contestant can answer the question and earn 1 point. Got it?
Absolutely.
All right, so this wouldn't be a gay podcast if we didn't
sorry.
twist it up a bit. So our chimes, instead of chiming in, are going to be a fan. So we'll thorp the fan, and so that will be Miss Jacqueline, and a shake of the no, that's a cowbell type thing.
Yeah.
That
You want me to do maraca instead?
That Dixie will.
No,
will,
I wanted this
whatever
one.
Whatever you want.
Yeah.
So, and you want to give us the sound so folks will know? All right, so if Dixie chimes in, that will be the sound. All right, you guys got it?
Yep, ready.
All right, so category is let's talk about gay stuff. This last podcast episode.
Oh my gosh.
All right. So question number 1: Lady Bunny founded this famous drag festival.
Wigstock.
That is correct,
Woo!
Dixie. All right. Question number 2: Jim McGreevey resigned from this position in 2004.
Ooh.
They didn't listen.
Was it a Senate seat?
That is incorrect.
Oh, sorry.
The HRC.
No, Jim McGreevey was the governor of he was the governor
damn.
of yes. All right, question number 3. This soap opera featured the first daytime kiss between a same-sex male couple.
As the world
Jacqueline,
turns.
that is correct. All right, question number 4. Jim McGreevey was the governor of what state?
New Jersey.
That is correct. All right, question number 5. You might know this, Miss Jacqueline. We'll see. Luke and this character made up the daytime gay power couple, Nuke, on As the World Turns. So Luke and who was his partner?
Oh.
They made up the couple Nuke.
Nathan.
That is incorrect. The correct answer was Noah. All right, so that was our final question. Where does that leave our score at?
Oh, boy.
Dixie did make a little bit of a comeback,
Woo!
but Jacqueline won 12-7.
Ooh.
Yay.
Look at me go.
Yay.
Congratulations.
She won 12-7.
Do I get a crown?
Winner of Quiz Show Edition episode 5.
Another title to add to Miss Jacqueline's long
so
list.
honored.
Get a bigger size.
Oh, is that the crown? Oh, whoa.
Okay, so before we close out, we have another word from our sponsor.
Yes. Listeners, did you know that the unemployment rate is at 3.7% in the U.S. right now? If you're trying to hire somebody, then you probably already know that because you're having trouble finding quality candidates. Economy Works is here to help. Don't have time, energy, or the resources to hire? Economy Works is ready to help you write job descriptions, find candidates, review resumes, and even phone screen candidates. Let the Economy Works Talent Network help you do more with less. Economy Works. When we work, the economy works.
Our spoopy hosts are getting all into it like they do on their podcast, so that's cool. All right, so thanks, Tony. So that's it, another quiz show. Thank you to our sponsor, Economy Works, and thank you to our guest, Dixie. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you so much for having me.
Any shout-outs where we can find Dixie?
You can find Dixie at Dixie Wrekt, DixieWrekt. And I mean, I have an Instagram page with lots of cute
And
stuff.
so this episode comes out on Saturday. It's tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
So where can we find you?
You can also find me at Guava Lamp next Thursday for week 3 of Drag It On 3. Dixie is holding on by a thread, so she needs as much support and love from all of her audiences as possible.
All right.
Also, you can find me and Spencer at ourspoopypodcast.com or on Instagram at ourspoopypodcast or Twitter at ourspoopy or Facebook at ourspoop.
All the plugs. All right. And, of course, thank you to Miss Jacqueline Dior.
Thank you so much.
Where can we find you?
Jacqueline Dior can be found on Instagram at Sean, that's SEAN 6541. You can also find me anytime someone's hosting a show that needs a bearded drag queen.
Yes.
Or you can find me any Sunday night at LSVA for volleyball.
All right. And you have any upcoming shows that are coming up?
Not at the moment. I'm
Okay.
taking a little bit of a break after
right.
Desi's drag race,
Gotcha.
but I'll be back at it soon.
All right.
But she's
Sounds
been making gowns for Queens on Drag It On 3, so if you want to see some of her performance or some of her gowns.
Check out my
There
Instagram.
we go. All right. Okay. So that's great. And, of course, thank you to my co-hosts, Tony and Kendall.
Hey, guys.
All right. Sounds good. Say bye.
Bye.
And, of course, our sound man and production man, Spencer. Hope you enjoyed another special episode of Let's Talk About Gay Stuff, the quiz show edition. Be sure to follow us on the web at letstalkaboutgaystuff.com. Also on Facebook and Instagram at Let's Talk About Gay Stuff. And, of course, you can find us on Twitter at Talk Gay Stuff. Don't forget to subscribe and download our podcast where you listen to your podcast, and we'd love to hear what you think. Leave us a review. Tell us what you think about these special quiz show episodes, because we enjoy having them and bringing guests into our podcast. So for another episode of Let's Talk About Gay Stuff, we're here.
We're queer.
Get used to it.